Good morning, good people. How are we doing? How are we doing? Oh, I see that the camera has a lot more light today. Yesterday, I was having some light issues. It looks pretty good right now. I got my incense burning. And I got the lavender burning today. And let me show you guys these incense that I ordered off Amazon that I used to get from a voodoo shop. No, I'm just joking. It wasn't well, I guess some people might say it was a voodoo shop, but one of those shops that sells the amethyst crystals, the quartz, the tiger's eye, the sage, and one of those shops. I used to get my incense from there. It's a place called Orion. Salute to them in Columbia, South Carolina. But I found out that you can get these online now for way cheaper. Which, if I'm going through Columbia, I'll stop in and get some more just to support them. It's black owned. This is lavender, and these type of incense, they're called. The name of the company is Hem, Hem, Hem. You can get these online for like $15 for $24 for like a 15-pack. So I got all sorts. I got a whole bunch. I need to order some more, even though I still got a whole bunch. But anyways, I got my coffee here, y'all, in my blessed cup. I got my banana I hadn't even started on yet. And I have my cup, my bottle of water. I'm about to pour it in my number one dad cup right here that one of my youngins got me. I don't know which one it was, but all of them at this point has got me something that says, number one dad, best dad in the world, whatever. I love them youngins. I love them, and you're never done raising them. That's for sure. I still feel like a youngin myself. But I'm going to go ahead and eat my banana, and I'll be right back. Time is 6:14, so it's pretty early this morning. I'll be right back. Y'all hold tight. Hold tight. All right, y'all. So my banana is still quite green. When I tried to rip it just now, when you try to pull the stem and then nothing happens, that's too green. I don't want to eat a green banana. So I'm gonna pause on the banana, and I'll have that tomorrow maybe or Saturday. Today is Halloween too. Happy Halloween to all the youngins out there. Anyways, without further ado, man, let me take me another sip of Go-Go Gadget juice here. Go-Go Gadget. I just gave you guys my age. Go Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Penny. All right. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Chapter 3. Mischief. A good friend of Sonia and sister to Jacob's good friend Jason was Lily Nowakowski. I changed that name yesterday. She was a proud young lady who, like Sonia, often showed a tough exterior, but on more than one occasion, with her guard down, shown a softer side, or at least from Jacob's perspective. Now, today, I want to change that back. That may change a couple more times, but we'll see. Let me get a sip of water here. A good friend of Sonia and sister to Jacob's good friend Jason was Lily Nowakowski. She was a proud young lady who, like Sonia, often showed a tough exterior, but on more than one occasion, with her guard down, shown a softer side, or at least from Jacob's perspective. Maybe it was the excessive boasting about her hair that made her seem just as conceited as Sonia. She had long curly locks that Jacob thought to be fairy tale like, but would never admit his fascination. In his mind, if the girl ever found herself being held hostage in a tower by a wicked witch, she'd only have to grow her hair long enough to one day let it down to allow some handsome prince to climb it in order to rescue her. The immodesty was the glue that held the girls in friendship, and since that now hilarious day when a petty argument broke out in second block between the two over Jamel Turner, a boy that spoke to both of them in that way young men do when he wanted more than just conversation. They somehow inadvertently became friends and remained good friends ever since. When Lily and Jason moved from New Jersey 2 years prior to live with their grandfather, Suge, Jacob and Jason seemed to have become best buds overnight. The girls, however, never talked much at all whenever Suge forced his grandchildren over to the Wallaces to visit. Lily and Jason were biracial, half Polish and half African American, but being that most black people in the South didn't see any difference between the variations of European ethnicities. But being that most black people in the South didn't see any difference between the variations of European ethnicities, the two were considered by their black schoolmates as black or half white, which wasn't always a good thing. The part about being half white. Both Sonia and Lily were the same age, Lily being slightly older by 2 months. With that, she often tried to use the slight difference just say a tad. Let's just say a tad. I don't think I've ever used a tad. Both Sonia and Lily were the same age, Lily being a tad older by 2 months. With that, she often tried to use the slight difference in age as a validation of seniority. Sonia seldom fell for it. Jacob was 1 year older than Jason, but neither of the boys seemed to care. Also living with their grandfather was their mother Magdalena, Suge's. Also living with their grandfather was their mother Magdalena. Suge's mother and their great-grandmother Louise. Suge's mother and their Suge's mother Suge's mother their great-grandmother Louise. Now, I got to give you guys an inside scoop. For anybody that know me personally, you know that my mom's name is Louise. Now, will there be some characteristics of Louise, my mother, in the grandmother Louise? Yeah, sure. But I had this. First of all, I forgot that I wrote this part in. But a few days ago, I had this, I guess you can say, premonition that came to me, this character, and she was very powerful, and very funny. So brace yourself. Another thing is, I'm going to layer this story, in humor when maybe the second pass around. Now, this is more than I've been over this book several times now. I told you this story is like 25 years old, and there's a bit of humor in here already, but all right, sorry about that, anyways, also living with it. What was I saying? Oh, I was saying that I'm gonna layer the story with humor. That's gonna happen, and it's probably gonna happen soon. The start of it. So yeah, Louise is a very powerful character. So anyways, also living with their grandfather was their mother Magdalena, and Suge's mother. Let me see. Also living with their grandfather was their mother, Magdalena, Suge's mother, their grandmother, Louise, and their Aunt Penny, who was their father's young sister. Now, first of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, Suge is not young. Suge is not young. If I had to put an age on Suge, and you guys hold me to this, I'm gonna say Suge is close to 80. So if his mother is still alive, she's probably 100 or more. And I'll just leave it at that. I'll just say she has all her senses, she has wit, and she's entertaining. That's the Louise I see in my mind. Anyways, I got to get this part right. Also living with their grandfather was their mother, Magdalena, Suge's mother, and Suge's mother. Let's see. I'm trying to make this sound. I'm trying to have this flow a little bit. And Suge's mother, their grandmother, Louise. I'll leave that right there. Suge's. Okay. Alright, so also living with their grandfather, there were also living with their grandfather was their mother Magdalena and Suge's mother, their grandmother Louise. No, I'm sorry, that's their great grandmother. I keep saying mother. Louise. I'm trying to include this. My goodness, man, my stomach. Oh my god, man, my stomach is just growling. Let me try it. Let me eat this banana. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. I had to eat the green banana. It wasn't as green as I thought, but my stomach just kept howling and screaming at me like a little kid. So had to do that. Excuse me. All right, let me drink a little bit of water here. Still, my stomach is still making noise. So if the music is extra loud on this video. And I don't have the music playing right now. When I edit, I put the music in. But when I write something for the very first time with just a blank canvas, I use music. But when I have words on the page already, I don't want to be distracted. So the only thing that's making noise besides me talking is my stomach. All right. Also living with their grandfather was their mother Magdalena and Suge's mother, their grandmother Louise. Suge also had Penny. Okay, so Penny, Suge's daughter and youngest child, was also there. Okay, so let's go back. Jacob was 1 year older than Jason, but neither of the boys seemed to care. Also living with their grandfather was their mother Magdalena and Suge's mother, their great grandmother Louise. Penny, Suge's daughter and youngest child was also there. Though Penny had never been diagnosed, Though she'd never been diagnosed with any mental abnormalities, her crossed eye and extreme shyness caused and I get the feeling that some people are probably saying, why you gotta make her cross-eyed? Well, because that's what I see. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You got cross-eyed people in your family. You got cross-eyed people that you know. Good people, great people. You got people that look strange. I look strange. You know? That, just because a person has some type of abnormality, some people may say, or they may look different or sound different or whatever, they make great characters. Some of them, Forrest Gump was not normal, but he was one of the most memorable characters in all of cinema. He was a weird guy. Who else? Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. These are probably not great examples of good characters, morally speaking, but they were memorable, and you remember what they looked like. I'm trying to think of any good characters that are. The Color Purple. I think about this a lot. Whoopi Goldberg. I watch The View every day, pretty much. I watch The View. I'm one of those men that watch The View every single day, and I watch The View because The View, those ladies remind me of my mom and my auntie sitting around gossiping about people, but they're just doing it. The View they're just doing it on a different level, and I would just eavesdrop and get all the good scoops on things as a kid. So that's why I still watch them. And plus, I think they're pretty decent people. Anyways, Whoopi Goldberg, she in the 80s, people would call her like unattractive, straight up ugly, Miss Seeley, you know what I mean? And so I started thinking, I'm like when I became an adult, I'm like, why did she have that stigma on her? Because Whoopi Goldberg is not ugly. She's not ugly at all. She has African features. So if you're saying that she's ugly, you're saying that African people are ugly, black people are ugly because she has African features. You know what I mean? Sam Jackson. They say Sam Jackson is not an attractive man. I'm not into looking at men like that, but why isn't he an attractive man? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of, especially in the black community, there's a lot of European expectations as far as features go. If you got good hair, if you're light skinned, if your nose isn't as broad or your lips are not as big, you're considered beautiful by European standards, I guess. So anyways, Miss Seeley, we all knew Miss Seeley. And I think she was The Color Purple. Whoopi Goldberg. Salute to Whoopi, man. One of these days I'll meet Whoopi in person and show her how much love I have for her and what she's done for me. Because Whoopi Goldberg, I told the story before, but Whoopi Goldberg, there was this big billboard. We were going on a field trip when I was in the 5th grade. We were going on a field trip to someplace in Charleston. And I saw this big billboard as we were going to Burger King to have our little lunch or whatever. And I saw this billboard that said something about her being dyslexic and having a learning disability. And I thought to myself, because at that time I knew that I was different. I thought to myself, if Whoopi Goldberg, Jumpin' Jack Flash, you know what I mean? So many great movies and whatnot. If she can have a learning disability and make it to Hollywood, it gave me hope. So salute to Whoopi Goldberg. Now, also living with their grandparent. Also living with their grandfather was their mother Magdalena and Suge's mother, their great grandmother Louise. Penny, Suge's daughter and youngest child, was also there. Though, she'd never been diagnosed with any mental abnormalities. Her crossed eyes, I'll say crossed left eye. Her crossed left eye. I want to say left eye, and I'm thinking about left eye. Lisa Lopez, rest in peace. Her crossed left eye and extreme shyness caused the average Green Pond resident to place judgment. When Suge's son Frederick Jr. met their mother, I'm gonna drop this down a little bit. When Suge's son Frederick Jr. met their mother after moving to Connecticut, according to Lily, they fell in love but didn't get married due to several reasons. One being the family of the potential bride-to-be. One being the family of let me see. The potential, that doesn't make sense. But didn't get married due to several reasons. One being the family of the potential, I can say that, potential bride-to-be, a very traditional Polish family, was solely against mixing of the races. Magdalena, and I'm sure not all Polish people are racist, okay? I'm 100% sure that not all Polish people are racist, but I'm also 100% sure that some are. Magdalena was the first generation to actually grow up in the United States. Her parents had moved to New Jersey in the 70s and later moved to Connecticut after finding good jobs. Later starting a family there, with Magdalena being the only child. Okay, so I need to do some work here. Her parents had moved to New Jersey in the 70s and later moved to Connecticut after finding good jobs. I see later, there. Her parents had moved to New Jersey in the 70s and later moved to Connecticut after finding good jobs. Period. Starting a family. Sometimes you just gotta make changes. You just gotta go in there and make changes. You know what I mean? Don't even think about it too long. Just go in there and make changes. Starting a family. Starting a family with Magdalena being the only child. Starting a family with Magdalena being the only child. They were on the road of becoming proud Polish Americans. So I'm 17 pages into the story, and not a lot is going on. Not a lot is going on yet. I may go back and insert a hook, maybe a few hooks, or what I call an explosion or some type of device that captures the reader's attention earlier on, and it may be like the first couple of pages, like maybe 2 or 3 pages in. I'll insert a few hooks. A hook is exactly what it sounds like. Something that captures the reader attention, and the reader latches onto it, and they want to know where this is going. You know what I mean? You got to do that. You got to do that because I realize I'm almost 20 pages in, and it's kind of a boring, non-eventful story so far. But that's the beauty and the luxury of drafts. You got first draft, second draft, third draft, rough draft. That. So this story is still in the rough draft format. So it's not even a moving story yet. You know what I mean? And I think that me just speaking out loud what I'm doing, the moves that I'm doing, I know that it's helping. I know it's helping. I know that reading out loud is helping me. So I'm gonna keep pushing forward to make this, if not one of the best books I've written, maybe the best. And I say that loosely because I think all my books are special. Anyways, Magdalena was the first generation to actually grow up in the United States. Her parents had moved to New Jersey in the 70s and later moved to Connecticut after finding good jobs. Starting a family with Magdalena being the only child, they were on the road of becoming proud Polish Americans. When their only daughter got pregnant at the tender age of 19, let's say 18. 19 is young, but 18 is better. Excuse me. At the tender age of 18, by this big, black, funny-sounding Southerner, it was an embarrassment. It was an embarrassing moment for the family. At age 25, with a little girl and a baby on the way. Alright, so the story is switching to something else now. And whenever you make that transition, you gotta drop the paragraph down. At age 25, with a little girl and a baby on the way, and living in Newark, New Jersey, where Magdalena had other family besides her judgmental parents, Frederick Jr. had begun to think that the family life wasn't for him. At age 25, with a little girl and a baby on the way, let's say 24 for him, because I like 24 better. So this is a few years later. Magdalena is also, she's no longer 18. She's maybe, let's say she's 20. So let's say that Frederick Jr. is 2 years older than her, 4 years older than her. So let's see. 4 years. That's good. We got to keep that in mind, though. At age 24, with a little girl and a baby on the way, and living in Newark, New Jersey, where Magdalena had other family besides her judgmental parents. Alright, let's go back. Go to Connecticut. Alright, Magdalena was the first generation to actually grow up in the United States. Her parents had moved to New Jersey in the 70s and later moved to Connecticut after finding good jobs, starting a family with Magdalena being the only child. They were on the road of becoming proud Polish Americans. When their only daughter got pregnant at the tender age of 18 by this big, black, funny-sounding Southerner, it was an embarrassment. It was an embarrassing moment for the family. It was an embarrassment for the family. It was an embarrassment for the family. It was an embarrassment for the family. At age 24, with a little girl and baby on the way, and living in Newark, New Jersey, where Magdalena had other family besides her judgmental parents, Frederick Jr. had begun to think that the family life wasn't for him. He left the home several times over the years. The two never got married. For that reason, both Lily and Jason shared their mother's last name, Nowakowski. When times got so bad for their mother, she called Shug 2 years before coming to Green Pond, crying her eyes out with nowhere to turn. Without hesitation, he invited her and the children to come live with him for as long as they needed. Okay. No family of mine. Now let's drop that down. No family of mine is living on the streets if I can help it, he'd say to the Wallaces. Meanwhile, his son was still somewhere in New Jersey. Some reported hooked on drugs and living with another woman and her children. Alright, so man, it's been 30 minutes, y'all. It's been 30 minutes. I want to go over that one more time and turn this green, get a green light right here. But as y'all can hear by now, my stomach sounds like Godzilla mixed with King Kong. So boy. A lot of lather on this Thursday morning here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right here. We're gonna pick it back up. We're gonna pick it back up in the green tomorrow, and I think tomorrow we'll go ahead and wrap it up and move on to the next section of the story. I appreciate you all stopping by. I think today was a W. You know, I think we got a win today. Let me drink a little water. But I got to get out of here. I got 2 jobs to go to. So we'll pick it back up here tomorrow. Chapter 3, mischief. I got to figure out what that mischief means, by the way. There's a lot I got to do. Like I said, I gotta layer this with humor. I got to go back and put those hooks in the beginning. This is what writers do as an afterthought. And what I mean by hooks is I got to go back to chapter 1 and maybe 2 or 3 pages in. I got to develop this question, or it could be something that invokes curiosity to make the reader curious to know what is going to happen about this particular thing. And also I need to put some dynamite in there. Dynamite is the thing that gets the heart racing. It's either gonna quickly bring you to tears, or make you laugh, or make you just fill up with emotion. You know, there's a build up to it. There's a lot that goes into a good book, and I gotta say this again. With your support, with me writing this out loud, and what I mean by support is leaving comments, likes, shares, subscriptions, all that stuff. This particular story here that's been in the works for over 25 years now, it's something special. This is something special. So if you're listening to the sound of my voice now, remember what I'm saying. This is something special. And if you can be a part of this, I invite you. Come on. And the only way you can be a part of it, really, when you look back, you know, on history, is to get in that comment section, or to hit a like, share, whatever. So you can say, yeah, I was a part of that. Anyway, this is Anthony L. Kelly. I salute to everybody who stops by. Till next time, I got to get on this road. I'm out. Y'all be safe too. I'm out.